Nice outfit. Where'd you get it? A garbage dump?
Yeah.
Welcome to Animal Crossing, the life game that's happening.
Despite the GameCube being a commercial failure, I think everyone who likes video games has had an experience with Luigi's Mansion at some point. Either by playing it, by watching a friend play it, or even by hearing someone hum its super catchy main theme. Which is good, I think this game is great. And one of the best things about this game is the system that it uses to keep track of your quote-unquote points. Cold, hard, cash. Which you'd think would be Wario coded, but I suppose Luigi's allowed to partake in a little bit of greed sometimes too. Which brings me to the topic of this video, diving in and explaining how to maximize and stack your bread in Luigi's Mansion. So in Luigi's Mansion, there are 4 main types of cash that you should be able to look out for. Standard money, gems, diamonds, and pearls. The standard money, which are coins, bills, and gold bars, are by far the most common type of money in the game, and can be found almost everywhere in the mansion. Gems, consisting of sapphires, rubies, and emeralds, are much more rare, only having a total of 10 of each type in the game, and can be sort of considered like a collectible. Diamonds, which are silver, red, and gold, are even rarer, only having 5 silver, 2 red, and 2 gold diamonds in the whole game. And finally, pearls, which come in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, which are acquired from the mini-boss portrait ghosts in the game. In total, there are 76 small, 76 medium, and 19 large in the mansion if you play perfectly, but we'll get to that a bit later. All of these money types, and your running total for each of them, can be viewed in the item tab of the Game Boy Horror. By the way, I should also mention I'm playing on the NTSC version of Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. The counts for all of these things are different for both the PAL version, as well as the 3DS remake, which also has a New Game Plus mode that also changes the amount of money in the mansion. But anyway, now that we know all the types of money, we can talk about how to actually acquire all this paper. Just like the number of money types in this game, there's also quite a few ways to get all of it. Like I mentioned before, the 3 standard types of money, coins, bills, and gold bars, can be found all over the place. It'll explode out of every nook and cranny of most pieces of furniture in the mansion, either by interacting with them or just by sucking them with a poltergust. Sometimes you'll also just find it laying around on the ground. Amongst the standard money types, you'll also find that coins are the most common, followed by bills, and then finally gold bars, which are also how they rank in value from least to greatest. It's important to note, as well, that even though they aren't collectibles per se, the standard types of money are in fact finite. You cannot continuously reload areas to respawn money, even money that exists in furniture. After it vanishes or is collected, it's gone forever. In total, there's 1,536 coins, 1,260 bills, and 61 gold bars in the entire game. Something small but interesting to point out is if there's a boo hiding in the room, if the piece of furniture that a boo ball, or a bomb is hiding in also contains money that you haven't collected yet, interacting with it will cause the boo to jump out, of course, but the money does not, meaning you'll need to leave the area to reload the room in order to get that money. The 30 gems are found in a few different locations throughout the mansion. A good handful are found by just watering plants around the mansion after you get the water elemental medal, and on a small number of occasions just hidden in furniture like normal money. Other times, they'll appear in green chests that pop up from clearing certain non-mini-boss rooms of ghosts. The majority of these gems, though, are dropped from special enemies, either blue, speedy ghosts or golden mice, which we'll get into more later. A sizable amount of gems and standard money can be found in 2 secret rooms that are tucked away in the mansion. The hidden room, which is accessed by inspecting the mouse hole in the butler's room with the Game Boy Horror, and the sealed room, which you can see boarded up in the 2nd floor hallway, but is actually accessed by dropping down the chimney on the roof. Both of these rooms have a bunch of orange chests and furniture, which contain a ridiculous amount of money and gems. Next up, we have the 3 types of diamonds, by far the most rare and kinda the most valuable money item in the game. The 5 silver diamonds are always found alongside 2 gold bars from the green chests that spawn after defeating optional Portrait Ghost mini-bosses, these being Mr. Lugs, Biff Atlas, Slim Bankshot, Sue P, and Jarvis. The gold diamonds are the single most valuable treasure in the game, and are only found in 2 places. Firstly, you get one for capturing all 50 boos, with the 50th one automatically dropping the gold diamond. The other one you get by repeatedly watering the plant in the graveyard, in specific instances. The first time is your first encounter with the plant, the second is after you defeat Bogmire, and finally the last time is after you beat Boolossus, at which point the flower will open up and drop a crazy amount of money and the gold diamond. It's important to note that if you miss watering this plant at any time, like if you defeat Bogmire before watering it once, or defeat Boolossus before watering it twice, the plant will wilt and die, locking you out of ever getting that gold diamond. The final diamond type is the red diamond. Like the gold diamond, there are only two in the entire game. The first is on the balcony where you fight Boolossus. After defeating him, watering all the plants will give you a red diamond. The second one is a kinda special red diamond, which is actually the gem on King Boo's crown, which you get automatically after defeating him. Although the silver and gold diamonds are extremely valuable, hilariously the red diamonds are both basically worthless, only having the same value as one gold coin, which is likely just a jab at King Boo's crown being junk or fake or something. The pearls work pretty differently than just finding hidden treasure throughout the mansion. All three types of pearls are found exclusively during the Portrait Ghost mini-boss fights. None of the big area bosses, Chauncey, Bogmire, Boolossus, or King Boo will ever drop any of these pearls. Basically, the way that this works is every Portrait Ghost has 100 HP, and whenever you start sucking a ghost, a tracker is started. Anytime Luigi sucks 10 HP without breaking the suck, a pearl will drop. At each 10 HP increment, the game will do a check. If Luigi has sucked 10, 20, 30, or 40 HP, it'll drop a small pearl. At 50, 60, 70, and 80 HP, it'll drop a medium pearl, and at 90 HP, it'll drop a big pearl. This means, for a perfect suck, or draining the ghost's entire HP without ever breaking the suck, you will be rewarded 4 small, 4 medium, and 1 large pearl. Technically, you don't need to drain the ghost's entire HP to get the max amount of pearls. As long as you only break the suck when they have anything less than 10 HP, that's fine. With a total of 19 mini-boss Portrait Ghosts in the game, that means there's a max value total of 76 small, 76 medium, and 19 large pearls in the whole game. I say max value total because you can finish the game with way more than 76 small pearls if you're bad at sucking. For example, if you only suck up exactly 10 HP, and then stop sucking until the ghost is completely captured, you will be given 9 small pearls since you don't get anything at 100 HP, which means you will finish the game with 171 small pearls. There are also 2 bosses in the game that feature multiple ghosts that you need to fight at once, the Clockwork Soldiers and the twins, Henry and Orville. In these cases, only the purple Clockwork Soldier will drop any pearls, and only Orville, the twin wearing the red vest, will drop any pearls. So it's recommended to only capture those after you've dealt with the other ones. I mentioned earlier about some special ghosts that drop money, and most of the time gems, those being the Speedy Blue Ghost and the Golden Mice. But these require a bit more explaining, so let's jump into the blue ghosts first. Sometimes, when you interact with specific objects, a fast blue ghost will pop out. These ghosts make no attempt to attack you, and instead will just run around and try to avoid you. Sucking them up will result in an explosion of money, and most times a gem. A handful of these guys will only drop normal money though. There are 15 of these blue ghosts in the game. All of these ghosts will only appear while the room is dark, which means it's possible to permanently miss out on them. During the course of the game, a blackout will occur, giving you a second opportunity to catch them, but after that, they'll be gone for good. A small handful of these ghosts are only available during the blackout as well. These are hidden in Chauncey's crib, the piano bench in the conservatory, and this chest in the hidden room. Additionally, since the breaker room is the first room to light up after the blackout, this ghost hidden in the table of the breaker room is only available before the blackout occurs. The second type of special ghost to talk about are the Golden Mice. There's 10 of these guys in the game, and they come in 2 types, Random Mice and Cheese Mice, both of which will play a jingle when they're spawned, but are pretty fast, so it's easy to miss them. The Random Mice are just out and about in the mansion. There's 5 of them in total, the hallway on the first floor, the hallway on the second floor, the kitchen, the tea room, and the sealed room. Anytime you enter any of these areas, there's roughly a 20% chance that the mouse will spawn and immediately attempt to run away from you. So you have to be quick and don't let them escape or they will be gone for good. The cheese mice are much more forgiving. There's also 5 of these guys, which are hiding out in slices of cheese around the mansion. Scanning the cheese with the Game Boy Horror will cause the mouse to jump out. These cheeses are in the study, the fortune teller room, the dining room, the tea room, and the safari room. Unlike the random mice, if you fail to catch the cheese mice, you can thankfully just leave the room and re-enter and then scan the cheese again, and the mouse will be back. Like the blue ghosts, both types of mice can only spawn when the lights are off. If you clear any of these rooms before capturing them, you will miss out on them. The blackout will give you another chance to catch them though, and unlike the blue ghosts, the blackout will reset any of the random mice that you missed before. As one last note, both blue ghosts and golden mice must be sucked. If they die via an elemental attack, they will not drop any of their money, but they will still be gone, and since this counts as a kill, not even the blackout will reset them. So now that we've sucked 1,000 ghosts and are completely flush with cash, let's talk about what we actually get out of all this. First of all, after completing an area by defeating the area's boss, you'll be rewarded with special artwork for each portrait ghost you captured during that area. There are 3 different types of art, each having their own frame: a bronze frame, a silver frame, and a gold frame. For all of the mini-boss portrait ghosts, the ones that drop the pearls, if you only get small pearls or no pearls at all, you'll get a bronze frame. If you get at least 1 medium pearl, you get a silver frame, and if you pick up the large pearl, you get the gold frame. For the area bosses themselves, Chauncey, Bogmire, Boolossus, and King Boo, these 2 have 3 different arts, but those aren't based on any pearls because they don't drop them. Instead, this is based on Luigi's total health at the end of the fight. If you have 90 plus HP, you get the gold frame, 60 plus is silver, and anything lower is bronze. You can view all of these portraits by heading to the gallery in EGAD's lab, which does look pretty luxurious with all golden frames. But the big thing that all this money nets you in the game is your final rank after the credits roll, which also gives you a portrait of the type of mansion that was built with your hard-earned cash, which you can also see along with your money total in the gallery. In the GameCube version, there are ranks A through G, with anything higher than $100 million getting you the A rank, with descending value brackets from there. But honestly, $100 million really isn't that hard to achieve in this game. Just getting both the gold diamonds and all 5 silver diamonds from the optional portrait ghosts gets you halfway there already. The thing is though, I just lied to you, and I have been lying to you this whole time. There's a rank lower than rank G, rank H. See, this game isn't about getting money at all. It's about knowing everything about money and then rejecting it completely. The real challenge and goal is rank H, which is by far the hardest rank to achieve. If you finish the game with anything more than $5 million, sorry, enjoy your rank G shack. This tent is off limits to you, you wealth hoarder. You're already required to pick up King Boo's crown, which means you only have $4,500,000 left to work with. You factor in all the money that's constantly flying around at you if you touch anything in this house, and the portrait ghosts who actively shoot you with pearls worth $50,000, $100,000, and $1 million, like they're the most expensive bullets on the planet, and you're in for a world of hurt if you're trying for that luxury rank H tent, buddy. Don't be fooled. Rank A and full gold portraits isn't impressive. Rank H with those mud portraits is the real Luigi's Mansion test. So that's it. That's basically everything about the money in Luigi's Mansion. I hope you found something in this video that you can take to the bank. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later.